Hello, and welcome back to episode number 15 of Mind Over Muscle. We're going to do a little recap. Well, firstly, today's episode is going to be on unrealistic beauty standards. Within fitness, but I think just generally within, just probably more towards females. Unrealistic
I'd
beauty
say so.
standards
Yeah.
for females. But we wanted to do a wee recap for anybody that is new to the podcast, for any like new followers or new listeners, seeing as it's a new year, new me and all that.
Yeah.
So for anybody who doesn't know who we are, I'm Louise, this is Nikki. We are both online coaches and PTs who work out of Irvin's Peak Performance Gym, which is Nikki and Ross's gym in Hamilton. If you don't go there, you're a loser.
You're a loser.
We are also online coaches.
Yeah.
And we both decided to do this podcast last year.
Yeah.
Because we thought that there's a lot of information out there, but nobody knows what to believe and what not to believe.
Yeah.
Specifically within the fitness industry and specifically for females, but we do have a lot of guy listeners
Yeah.
as well. But we kind of wanted to just cut the bullshit and be like, this is if something is bullshit, this is why it is. So I think a lot of time you get people that will come out and say like, that's all the nonsense, but they won't tell you why.
Yeah.
I think for us, we wanted to be a little bit like, right, let's just cut the bullshit. Let's give the facts, but actually say why and not just, that's all the bullshit, don't listen to that, move on.
Yeah. I think because we talk like this ourselves.
Yeah.
And it was quite funny how we've had so many conversations and people have been like, you should do a podcast and talk about that.
Yeah, what was your idea to do it?
Yeah. Oh, so long ago. Remember that?
I know.
That was so long ago. We've manifested it.
I thought it was a bit silly, but here we go. Here we are.
And here we are.
But yeah, it's also just an excuse for us actually to just hang out and drink a coffee.
Starbucks and
We
Costa.
say to Ross and
waiting
David
on
every week, like, no, we need to go and do this podcast.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
And then we're just like out for 2 hours, like.
The podcast's only like 40 minutes. We're just
We're
taking
just,
the
like,
other.
kicking about.
Yeah.
So yeah, anyway, let's jump into the topic.
Yeah.
So, unrealistic beauty standards, would you like to kick anything off? Where you want to start?
I think, well, obviously the thing we always talk about is just how different it is in this day and age versus probably our day and age.
That's a good
where
place to start.
you didn't really grow up with social... Well, I didn't grow up with social media. It probably didn't kick in till like after high school for me.
I remember the day I got the internet.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. And it used to do the dial-up and stuff like that.
And like if your mum picked up the phone, you'd be like, get that phone down.
Yeah.
Try me on the internet.
I think for me the big thing was like, I remember the other day driving to the gym and all the schoolgirls were walking about and I'm talking about, see when I was in school, I went through the awkward blue eyeshadow phase and the foundation line and like the whole geeky 80s, like just looking at Riot, just trying to learn my way. See these girls.
I know, it's wild.
They're like concerts and they're like, it's just so different now. And I think it must be hard growing up in this day and age because I'm so lucky that we maybe had magazines. You were reading like Bliss magazine or Sugar or something like that. And it was like, but it wasn't as in your face it is now. And it's almost like everyone feels, maybe not everyone, but majority of people feel that's the standard.
Yeah, and even like think about like when you read those magazines, right? Like some people are watching this, they'll be like, what? Like when you think about the covers of them, like so I can remember like I loved Britney Spears when I was younger, like so I can remember her being on them, right? But she looked like a young girl.
Dead pretty
like,
young girl.
A pretty young girl. Like I can't, it probably wasn't overly photoshopped.
No.
It would have been edited, but like she wasn't overly covered in makeup. I can actually quite vividly remember like pictures of her being on magazines because I probably had them plastered all over my wall.
Yeah, same.
But they weren't like anything like it is today, where like you see like
they look like Bratz dolls.
It's like there's like even we've both done photo shoots, right? So when I did my photo shoots, you get the raw, you see the raw photos right away, and then you get the edits.
Yep.
And even right, like the edits are like your skin looks like my legs on my photos look fucking class. Like I would love if my legs looked like that.
100%.
But they don't. It's edited.
Aye, but we
they
can
looked
own
good.
that.
Like I had the muscle.
Yeah.
But I didn't have like that fucking smooth skin.
Yeah. But here's the thing, and that's the difference though of saying that was an edited photo for that kind of thing. People think they should look like that.
Yeah.
Now. So it's almost like
the lines are blurred, aren't they?
So blurred between that's an edit. But well, how many times? Let's be honest, right? You'd look at Britney Spears in her edited pictures, and she looks like a very normal girl though. She wasn't like the big fake lips. She wasn't like she looks very normal but beautiful. But then you loved it when you caught a wee paparazzi picture and you're like, she's also a munter. We're cool.
She was never a munter.
She also has her ugly days.
Aye, of course.
Right, exactly.
But it's a good point to make, is like, we are talking about it from lassies that are nearly 40.
Yeah.
Right? That are like, we're both nearly 40, by the way.
You would never believe
it.
You
would never believe it. I still get ID'd. But like, a lot of people that listen to this will be like in their 20s, and like,
totally.
It is totally different, isn't it?
So different.
I'm very, very glad. One of my clients actually messaged me off the back of the Q&A we put up and just said, like, I'm so glad that I am the age I am.
Totally.
We were the last, I say this all the time, we were the last generation that played outside.
100%.
Like, that just played outside, because you had fuck all to do in your house.
Yeah, totally.
Like, okay, you could you'd had video games and that, but you didn't.
Yeah.
You played them for like, you played them and you went out.
Yeah, you would. This generation don't go to their pal's door, knock and go,
like,
can Jack come out to play? Like, how many times did you do that growing up?
I know.
Hi, can Lynn come out to play? Can so-and-so come out to play? All right, fine, I'll go get her. Whereas nowadays, it's not like that at all.
It's so different. And as well, me and David were out for dinner on Saturday night there, and we were sitting in the restaurant, and it was a family, mum and dad and 2 kids, and I thought, well, the kids probably are bored, right? It's boring going out for dinner when you're a kid, isn't you? It's not really exciting. But one of the wee boys was lying across the seat, and he was lying like, no exaggeration, like this, right? I was like, how can he even see that, right? And we were there for maybe like an hour, and he was like that the whole time, and he was maybe like 4, and I was like, David was like, that's fucking mental, isn't it? Like, it's just a different world.
Oh, it's a totally different world. Well, I laugh because taking it back to our generation, right? See, do you know what's so weird? So I didn't actually get social media until I was like in my 20s. I'd never been arsed with like Bebo and all this stuff that came out. Didn't get Facebook. That was the first social media I got. And so I'm almost happy there's no evidence of the of the madness of when I was younger, right? It was all in like camera pictures. But see if you look back at your teenage years and camera pictures, are any of them posed shots?
No, they're not. But
every young team now, it's like this.
I know.
I'd have died off back then if my pal was like, I'd take a picture and done that. I'd be like, what you doing?
I know.
Fucking idiot.
But it's just, there's a lot of things, this is kind of going a bit off topic, but there's a lot of these things on Instagram now, you'll see it, and it's like, this is why life in the 90s was better, right? And it's like,
that's so true.
You see it all the time, and it's like, you were more in the moment, because like, you didn't have, like, you had a camera, you took a photo, that was it. Like, you couldn't go take it again.
I don't like that. Take it again.
You didn't have time, folk, go and let me see that.
Yeah, that's exactly
I don't like it, take it again. It was like, the photo's done, move on.
That's it. And they always end up the best pictures though as well.
And nobody questioned it.
Yeah.
Like, it was just like, that was it, move on. Like, it was just a different time, but I'm very glad I lived then.
Yeah.
And I don't live now, because I think that I would crumble under the pressure.
100%.
These days, like, I know myself when I was younger and a kid, and I wasn't a very confident kid.
Yeah.
Definitely not in the way I looked anyway.
Yeah.
And like, I can only imagine if I lived in the world now, then, like, I actually don't know like what mental state I'd be in.
Yeah.
Because I would really, really, really struggle.
Because it's that blurred lines of girls think they should look. Well, who was it? It was one of the members, wasn't it? She sent to us that they're all doing this, the Kylie Jenner challenge and stuff like that. Where
that's the one I was that Beck said about the lip thing.
The lip thing where they're sucking their lips into this thing and pulling it away to see who can get the bigger lips, and they're all damaging and bruising like their lips doing that. And it's like, it's just wild. But again, that's who they look up to. It's a Kardashian world, isn't it? It's like,
and we were saying this on the Wheelver. How many times will we say that today?
Yeah.
If you're new to the podcast, we say this all the time.
Yeah.
Oh, we were saying this on the Wheelver.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, do young girls want to look that way, or is it just like, they just think they should look that way?
Yeah.
I'd love to ask loads of young lassies, like, I'd love to do a poll or like go and talk to them, like, do you actually want to look like that, or is it just that you think you should look like that?
Yeah. It must be confusing as well though, right? Because imagine you're a kid growing up in this world, right? And it's like the Instagram, the TikTok world. And you're constantly seeing women with edited flat tummies, abs, never a bad picture, and you're thinking, I always need to look like that. Can't have a bad picture. Can't have a bad angle. Can't look fat. Can't have... That's a lot of pressure. I never grew up with that.
No.
It was hard enough looking at magazines and thinking, oh God, there's Victoria Beckham. Never mind looking at their generation and thinking, you live in this massive AI filtered crazy world, and that's what everyone should look like. Of course you would expect that's what... How do I get that bum? How do I need big boobs like her? I'm going to... Do you know what I mean?
Where's it even... I wonder where it's going to end.
I don't know.
Because if this is what the world's like just now with AI and all that, like, where the fuck... What's the next step, man?
Yeah.
It's scary to think.
Yeah. Because here's the thing, right? I was thinking about this and I'm like... One of the questions we get asked was, do me and you feel like we need to conform to it? And we said we didn't we? Because we're kind of... We don't really read it.
I feel like it's quite obvious that would be an answer.
I don't eat into it either, in the sense that I don't look at a celebrity and think, I want to look like her. I want to do this to look like her. I just want to be me, but feel good. So, again, like you said, like I'm 40 next year. I do get Botox. I do that for me though, not because I'm like, I want to look like her or I feel like I should. I do it from probably man vanity standpoint, but I'm not crazy with it, if that makes sense. So people might say, but you're conforming. And it's like, am I though? Like, where's the line?
That's what everybody knows in their own self if they are or they aren't.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I'm a prime. I don't give a fuck. I don't know. I don't care,
you don't feel pressure either, do you? Do you look at any girls online and think, oh, I should be doing that? I should... No?
No.
That's good.
But I think this is where this is why, and I think it's because I understand what it takes to look like that. So if we look at it from a fitness perspective, because this will all feed into things quite nicely, but if you look at it from a fitness perspective, because a lot of lasses watching this will be into fitness, right?
Yeah.
When you're seeing girls online, and I see them all the time, High Rocks is big just now, right? So like a lot of maybe competitors that do a lot of that kind of style of training, some of them are in incredible shape, right?
Yeah, definitely.
So they'll have like a visible abs. They'll maybe have like, maybe be genetically blessed with big hips, and because they're doing a lot of High Rocks training and legs, they'll have like big legs because they're strong, right?
Yeah.
So they've got that whole, I think that looks nice, like quite big strong legs, quite a big arse, quite a small waist. I'm assuming most people think that's quite a nice look.
Yeah, of course.
Right, but these girls that look quite in really good shape all year round, I know what it takes. So do you. We know what it takes to look like that.
Yeah, 100%.
So that doesn't impact me because I have an understanding that I don't want to live the life that it takes to look like that. Right, so I know the lasses are training every day.
Every day.
They're training 7 days a week.
Yeah.
Right, that's not the life I want to live. I'm quite happy training 4 days a week. And if the way I look is the way I look byproduct of training 4 days a week, I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
And equally, if I decided that I wanted more of a life balance and I only wanted to train 3 days a week, I'd probably be quite comfortable in my own skin to go, well, I might not look like exactly the way I'd love to look, but I also don't want to spend the time doing 4, 5, 6, 7 days a week. So I look at the lasses, but the thing is that most women, if they don't have a good solid education around it, will look at those girls and go, well, I want to go to the gym and train because I want to look like that.
Yeah, totally.
And it's like, but they're training 7 days and they've probably done it for over 10 years.
And that's their job.
That's their job.
A lot of them.
Yeah.
Like they've got sponsors, they've got...
A lot of them will be assisted.
Absolutely.
Through like different types of either fat burners or like testosterone or whatever it may be. A lot of them are assisted. And I think, again, women have this perception of if a woman's taking steroids, she must look like fucking China.
No,
for the rest of them, right?
They don't. Yeah.
Like, but they don't. They look like a My Protein athlete.
Yeah.
A lot of them are assisted.
Oh, absolutely.
And like, so like, and people would be like, oh my God, are they? Like, oh yeah, they are.
Yeah. A lot, I've had that a lot with girls that come in at want to coach and they'll say, I want to look like her, and I'm like, she's assisted. It's just the perception that people think, oh, performance enhancing drugs must make you look like this. Like a pure man.
I like massive. Yeah. Like, no, you can look petite.
It's dosage. Yeah, it's like definitely it's dosage for whatever the outlook is. Yeah.
And you're just like, either, and I'm not saying everybody's assisted, there's plenty of people that are natural.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
But I know that, I think just they do a lot of work, and I just think that doesn't interest me.
Nah.
So therefore I'm quite happy, and that's why I'm not bothered by it.
Yeah.
And it's the same as well. See, when you get these what I eat in a day, and you get a lot of lasses that say like they're on like you need to eat to fuel yourself, which you do, but then they're like, you need to be eating like what I eat in a day, and it's like 3,000 calories, right? Like, how many women have you had on your books that have been able to get to 3,000 calories, right? I've had 2 people in my entire books ever. One of them was a 6 foot guy. Right? Another one was a lassie.
Guy-wise, women, none.
But
guys,
women, I think I've definitely had one. I might have had 2.
Holly, she in 3,000.
Weird, must be weird genetics. Don't know what it is. But she wasn't.
God bless the genetics.
I know, right? But had to also diet on fucking terrible calories. Like, she didn't get to diet on good calories. But don't know why that was. Bit of an anomaly. I actually got to quite high. I got to 3.5.
Did you?
3,500.
Nicely done.
For a good amount of time, but it's rare.
Yeah.
So I think when you're seeing it online, you're like, well, I want to do a build because I want to get to like 3,000 calories, and you're like, you're not going to get to it.
No.
Very few people are going to get
people
to it.
said though, like, it's not exactly a walk in the park burning 3,500 calories because it's of whole foods. It's not like you're smashing a pizza every night.
Tell me the last time you've looked at a meal every day and been like, I don't want to eat that, man.
Yeah.
It's not enjoyable.
No, definitely not.
Like you say, like, all right, if somebody went 3,500 calories, eat whatever you want, you'd be like, brilliant.
Yeah.
But 3,500 calories on like potatoes and chicken 100%. And yogurt.
Yeah.
Terrible.
That's not ideal. Yeah.
So, but I think, I just think like having a realistic expectation of like, let's just, if we're not talking about kids and we're talking more about women our age that still have unrealistic beauty standards, especially when it comes to fitness and that, like, I think it's really important to have an education on if you're looking at women in fitness and that's what you want to look like, understanding that if they look in incredible shape, they're earning it for sure, but it's a balance you as a 95 mum aren't probably going to get to have. So just be accepting of, like I was speaking to a client about this other night, it's like, if that's the way you look after having trained for a year, 4 days a week consistently, just be proud of that.
100%.
Because that's what your body's capable of looking like, and you look good, and just own it and be like, well, I work hard and this is what I look like for it.
Yeah, 100%. And we do talk about that a lot, actually. It's about managing those expectations, isn't it? Again, because it's like, I've had people come into me and say, I want to look like this girl, and they pull up their phone, and I'm like, okay, you're not going to look like that, because see that girl, that's what she does for a living. She's been training for easily years and years and years, and you're new to the gym, your frame isn't built like that, and it's like, I think sometimes you need to manage those expectations, because if you in your head have a vision of, I want to look like this, but I'm not genetically built like that, and I don't have the time to put in that amount of work, it's not going to happen.
Of course. But it doesn't mean you can't look, like you said, you can't look
like
good.
The best version of yourself.
And I think that's what everybody should be striving for.
Yeah.
It's just difficult to maybe get your head around that. It's people would say it's easier for us.
Yeah.
But we've both went through the work of probably it not being easy, and still going through like, just because I'm comfortable in my body now and you are, but doesn't mean you've always been.
No.
Like, you're still going through like periods of being like, oh, I want to look this and I want to look like that.
Absolutely.
But like, you're right, like if you've got, I had a client on last night who will probably watch this and be like, that was me, who's like really wide hips, right? I mean, 90% of women would kill for like
absolutely
that kind of shape, like a big arse and a small waist, right?
Yeah.
And then she's like, oh, it's like, I just kind of like don't want that part, like the width and hips. Like, I was like, but you can't take away your bones.
100%.
Like, what are you trying to do here?
Yeah.
Like, accept that and move on.
I get that a lot with clients that are, say, more pear-shaped, and it is a case of they've got tiny up top halves, they can cut really well, they look great, top half, but at the bottom they really have that stubborn fat that they struggle to shift, and they're like, I hate how big my legs are, and I hate how big my bum is, and I'm like, you will get leaner, but they're never going to be like you're never going to have like Victoria Beckham's tiny wee skinny legs, because you're just not built that way.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm never going to be a stick insect because I'm not built that way.
Yeah.
And if I am, I'm unwell. Do you know what I mean? I'm like at death's door.
I think it's like with everything that you can do just now with like AI and like all that kind of stuff, filters and that, like,
yeah,
I think that is damaging to a degree, because you can put in like your photo of yourself and be like, I could put it in and be like, give me fucking double D boobs and like blah blah and like 10-inch wider hips, and then be like, oh, that's what I look like. It's like, right, all right, that can generate that image, but you can't physically.
No.
You're not going to get that.
And I think that's where AI isn't a great thing because people start to see themselves as that. They see it and it edits their picture and it makes their skin look flawless and it makes them look and they're like, oh, that's what I should look like. And it's like, no. That's no. It's crazy. Like, I always laugh because if only people could see the whole Instagram thing is everyone puts up their best pictures. No one's putting up a shitty a picture.
No.
I think the one that stood out for me the most, and I've done this with my clients, was last year in summer. It was one of those really, really hot days. And I was running about with my bikini top on because it was boiling with the kids playing in the kids' paddling pool with them. And I took a picture of myself, right? So I was in my mirror and I'm like, oh, like get my angles, stretch out, twist a wee bit, hold the belly in, Nick, that's it. And I took a picture and I thought, looks pretty good. Uploaded the picture. As you would, all you lovely ladies were so nice about it. And I could punch Ross in the face. I was like to Ross, take some pictures of the kids in the paddling pool, this and that. And he's like, oh, wait, I'll show you this cute picture of the kids, right? And it was a very cute picture of the kids until I saw me in the background, mid-bent over with my re-rolls. And I was like, get that picture deleted. And he's like at me, but the kids look cute. And I'm like, that picture can never see the light of day. But I'm like, why? Who cares? Does anybody really care? Like, would you all look to that? You maybe would all look at that picture and like, fuck's sake, look at their nose.
No, I wouldn't, because you would just think, well, that's good, innit? That's what they look like. Like even that same client last night was like standing looking in the mirror, and then she was like, because her stomach wasn't totally flat to the side, and then I just lifted my top up and I was like, I've got a worse stomach, more of a stick out stomach than you do. And then she was like, I was like, the bottom of my stomach. I don't go like that. I go like every other woman does. Like there's a bit at the bottom of my stomach.
There's always a bit at the bottom.
Like like you say, just when I upload a photo, I make sure I do an angle that you don't see that.
100%. But we all
everybody does. And if you're into fitness and you've got a coach, whatever, or if you don't have a coach, you'll see bodybuilders put up their check-in photos, right? And sometimes they look incredible. Right? Like they know how to pose, right? They know their angles. If you're standing in a posed photo, you look brilliant, right? Even if I did a check-in photo, I could do like a total relax, just standing out of bed, right? Yeah. And then I could do a not even posed, but like a slight sort of like tense, like a wee bit more braced than that. I'd look 10 times better, right?
Totally.
So I would post the more braced check-in photo. Yeah. But I would love to get permission. That would never happen, and I would never do it. But from all of my clients, just put up like like their basic check-in photos. Yeah. Because even when this grinds my gears, right, like, people just look like normal people, right? Yeah. So you'll see all these people on Instagram, even girls doing their check-in photos, fitness influencers doing their check-in photos. They don't think they've edited that or tensed their stomach or turned a slight angle with their arse out. My biggest gripe is when people put up before and afters of clients, right? And it's not the same photo. It's 100%. Not the same angle, right? No. So it's like a girl side on, right? Just dead side on, and it's like, so this is the biggest one, and they'll go, oh, I've like 6 months with this lassie and I've grew her arse 10 times the size, right? And what she's done for her second photos went to the lassie, right? So now instead of standing to the side, stand like fucking that
arch your back,
mental pose, right? And I'm
pull
like,
your pants right up,
see if you want your arse to look better in a photo, right?
100%.
Pull your pants up.
Pull your pants right up, man.
If you ever go for a photo shoot, the photographer will say to you, see the side of your pants,
pull them
up and hold them.
100%.
Why drink in the 80s everything was high-waisted and like, because everybody fucking it looks better. Yeah. Stop putting your pants down like a wee boy's pair of pants.
Yeah, it's like, put the same picture up with the same stance and you will notice that
so that annoys me, and it's like, and they're like, oh, look at 6 months, look at her arse. I'm like, is it fuck? She's turned round.
100%.
Like, stop it.
Yeah. And then the second picture, on the first picture, the girl's standing up flat, so her arse looks flat, and the second one, she's bent right over to the camera, and you're kind of like,
okay, if I did that, I'd look better. Or get somebody who's like fucking paper see-through white, and then get them to put on a tan. Yeah. Look well better.
It's like, so...
Use your eyes, man.
I'll never forget this experience. Me and Ross went to one of the fitness... what are they called? Not let us say Expo. That's the word I was looking for. And there was a big social media fitness model there, right? Who I follow. I'm guessing, I'm not even going to say her name. Everyone follows,
we'll talk
right?
about it after.
Yeah, everyone follows, right? And she looks flawless. Body is like, she's got the abs, big bum, big fake boobs, beautiful, beautiful girl, right? And she still was, by the way. But then I met her in person and I was like, you're actually a lot heavier than you make yourself out to be in your pictures, right? Because in the pictures, she also lied because she'd be like, I wear a size X size leggings, right? I weigh this. So she said she weighed like 52 kilos, something like that. And then when I met her and I came face to face with her, I'm like, you're my height. And you're frame-wise, like, you might be she had a brilliant body, but I'm like, are you 52 kilos? Are you fucking tiny leggings? Because your arse is way bigger than mine. And I ain't in size extra small leggings.
Yeah.
But she looked amazing. But it's stuff like that I'm like, why are you lying? That's so unrealistic, like, to say to someone. And I think it's also a bit dangerous to put up. Like, I'm doing a photo shoot prep, I'll be dead honest about my weight all through it. I'm not going to go, I'm starting at 52 kilos, I'm going to end up at 49. I'm a fuck.
Yeah.
You're talking shite, Nick. No, you're not. Like, it's...
I think a lot of it comes from insecurity from them as well, though, because if your job is to be a fitness influencer, or like, I know that's maybe not what she was, if you're like a coach or whatever, but it's pressure. Like, I'm quite thankful my job is to be a coach, right? Because, see, to be honest with me, sometimes it holds me accountable to, like, not eating a pile of shite and going to the gym, because I think, well, it's my job, isn't it? So I can't turn up, like, in shite shape. But I think there is a lot of pressure. Like, see these lasses that are walking about, like, we've both been there, we've spoken to us countless times, like, being at the back end of photo shoot preps, you're going to be there again soon. Like, it's not fun.
No.
Right? I mean, for the last, like, maybe at least month of mine, felt like I was on death's door.
Yeah.
Right? And I wasn't even doing a body show, it was just a stupid photo shoot. I mean, and I was like, I think I started at 72 kilo, I finished at 58.
Yeah.
58 for my frame's quite light.
Yeah.
And I was, like, in photos and that, I thought I looked quite good, right?
Yeah.
I felt like a bag of shit.
Oh, totally.
Would I hell have wanted to walk around looking like that?
No.
And a lot of influencers, they're not walking around like that or dragging their arse that much, but they might not be as enjoyable a lifestyle as you think it will be, like being like lean all the time, and it's not an enjoyable life, man.
Nah, definitely not.
It's
but it really opened my eyes to the whole social media thing, where I was like, wow, you're definitely not. It's like, have you ever saw a celebrity in real life and thought, you're a lot shorter than what I thought you were? Or it's the exact same thing.
But it is social media, like you say, people, it's a highlight reel, and it is all smoke and mirrors.
Oh, it's total smoke and mirrors.
And that's what everybody's page is. It's just like, it's their best bits, isn't it? And it's just a really toxic place to be. And I think you need to be very careful who you choose to follow. If you're like feeling pressure to look a certain way, or your feed is full of these lassies or whatever it may be, like, and you think, oh God, like, so much pressure. You don't have to have social media on your phone.
I know.
You could remove it.
Just unfollow.
You could unfollow people.
Yeah.
I know the algorithm will get you to some degree depending on what you're looking up and stuff like that. But there's ways to just like remove that from your life. Like, you don't have to have that pressure.
Yeah.
You know, like I say, it's different when you're young, and really, I think for young girls, I do feel heart sorry for them. I feel heart sorry for mums that have got young girls.
See, I always wanted a girl. I'm so happy I've got 2 boys now.
I think it would be really, really difficult, and I think
I'd struggle with that.
I've got a lot of respect for a lot of women, obviously, but I've got a lot of respect for women who work hard on their own fitness, health and fitness, because it's to set a good example for their kids.
Yeah,
I also have a lot of respect for women who are bigger, who are deciding to start working on their health and fitness for their kids. Because I think something, again, we've spoken about, but like, nobody is born overweight.
No.
You know, it's a byproduct of being in an environment, or the environment you're brought up in.
Yeah.
And like, I think if you're a parent who's like into health and fitness and looking after your body and doing it in a sensible way, it's only going to have a positive impact on your kids. But I mean, how you navigate having a young girl in this day and age, I do not know.
I don't even know.
It's not something that I'd be looking forward to.
It would be, because it would be heartbreaking watching her trying to.
And you can say so much stuff to your kids, can't you? To be like, look, this, that, and that. But they still need to go off and spend all their day with this bunch of other wee bitch lassies that are probably going to say all sorts of shit to them.
Yeah, like, which we hear a lot of, because obviously we've been talking about this all week, and kind of asking like a lot of our members these questions, and the stories we've had back from like experiences their kids in school with other kids, but again, that's obviously coming from the other kids' insecurity as well, isn't it?
Yeah. And I suppose it's just having conversations. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know how.
It's like the vicious cycle, right? It's like you want to look Instagram perfect because you're also worried you're going to get trolled for how you look. And you think, if I look my best, I'm not going to get picked on for having, even adults to a sense. Like, do you know what I don't get? And it totally blows my mind. I have never in my life looked at somebody's Instagram and thought, I'm going to leave a really shitty comment on how they look there.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? But plenty of people do.
But that's what I'm saying. No wonder people are messed up, though, because that's why everyone's fighting for perfection, because they're so worried about what everyone's going to say about them. And I'm like, you have to be a right prick.
I know. To
actually look at someone and think,
and then go, I'm going to write it.
I'm going to write that. And see after it, we like, there. Like such a, like, slow clap, well done you. I
was saying to Sarah, because obviously my niece Charlie's like that age where it's like she's getting up to school, like she goes, I mean, she still is a bastard, she doesn't get up here early, right, but she does put on a full face of makeup to go to school and all that. I used to wear like my next door neighbour was a boy, and I used to wear like his shirts to go to school and all that. Like it was not my game, but I was saying to Sarah, I was like, it's all fine and well, like when we were younger, like somebody could say something. Like, kids have always been bullied, right? Aye. People have always said bad things, but in this day and age, it's at the stage where you can be trolled online to horrible. The point where kids like fucking take their own lives.
It's horrific.
And I'm sure that did happen in the past. Like, I'm not, it's the same with everything. Like, the more awareness you've got of something, you're like, it's happening all the time. It's probably always happened.
Yeah.
But now you've got people can get at you 24/7. Back in the day, it was just when you seen them, you could avoid them, don't go to school, whatever. But like nowadays, it's like they'll get you online, it's like they'll just constantly berate you until they push you over the edge. It's the whole.
Was it Australia that is blocked? Anyone under
the
age of...
You're not...
They're not allowed social media.
Why are they not doing that here?
They should be doing that.
Is it 16? No, is it 12? 17? 16?
17 and under?
No, but you're not allowed to social media account.
I totally agree with that.
What
an amazing, incredible human. Because I genuinely think, like, see, especially when you see these horrific videos of kids filming other kids getting battered and all that, I will be in jail.
Why?
See, if I ever saw a video of my kid getting picked on or anything, like, I'm at your door.
I think if I ever have a kid, right, I'm going to bring them up to be the most ballsy bastard.
100%.
Right? I don't even care if they're too ballsy.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, a bit like, right, see if they're like going about, I'd be like, calm down, stop battering folk. But I would rather they were going about battering folk than taking shit for somebody.
Right, we'll put it this way. My dad's rules for us growing up were, right, he's like, look, sticks and stones and all that, you don't hit. He goes, but nobody puts their hands on you. And he says, so you'll never get in trouble for sticking up for yourself, you just don't ever hit first.
Yeah.
And I'll be the exact same. I'm like, listen, you do not hit, you use your words, but if somebody puts their hands on you, I expect you to go to town.
100%. I think that's just it's so in it's like,
a lot of parents will be like, that's irresponsible. No. I don't care. Nobody's sitting my kid and getting away with it.
That's what I would do. Like, I'd be like, fucking go for it.
100%. Like, it is what it is.
Yeah. That'd be my thing.
Yeah. People are screaming at the TV right now going, that's not a caring. It is what it is.
What about, I want to go over some things that people asked.
Yeah.
But before we do, what about this whole, like, skinny thing? And we kind of spoke about it, but I don't, do you know, I wasn't even aware of it until we did the podcast with Jen.
Mentioned it.
And Jen said, what about that Wicked cast? And I was like, what about them?
I know, I've never really followed them because I'm not into what's her name? Ariana Grande.
What the hell's happened to her, by the way? She's turned into like a 5-year-old.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's just actually it's like fucking
her and
Benjamin
that woman
Button.
have got a really weird relationship as well. If you saw that.
They're weirdos, man.
I don't know what's happening there, but I've never really followed it, but I have noticed that. And the only time I noticed it was the woman that plays opposite her, right? I'd never seen her then. I think she was more Broadway. And then I saw a video of her doing a different kind of Broadway, and her face was fuller, and she was gorgeous.
Oh my God, are you talking about that woman?
Yeah.
She was jacked to fuck.
And she looked amazing, like beautiful woman. And now the two of them just look
that woman, that black woman, look
stunning.
Like, I seen photos of her, right, and I was like, her shoulders and her arms, man, they were like, people would pay for that shit.
100%.
And now she's still got the muscle, you can see it, but she's super,
it's not
super...
really. She's all clavicles.
She's super slim.
Oh,
she's definitely lost. She's definitely lost a bunch of muscle, but she looked incredible.
Yeah.
But the two of them are fucking. I don't care if you love them. I think it's weird, man.
It's definitely, there's a weird scenario going on there.
That whole, like, apparently, and I wouldn't have known. I still actually wouldn't really know. I've seen a few things about it, but other than Jen saying that apparently that's the thing now, is like skinny's like back. Like everybody wants to be skinny.
I didn't.
And there's loads of lasses being like, don't go to the gym.
Yeah, I don't know if it's because my algorithm. I don't follow people like that. I will now. My brother's listening. It's going to hit me with it. Again, I just don't get it. I genuinely think, right now, I could be speaking out of turn here. I don't consider myself, like, I don't want to be MDs. Like, don't look up to me. Like, as in, like, I don't need that pressure, if that makes sense. If I was a famous person, I'd be like, I'm doing me. I don't need to feel guilty for whatever. But with people like that, where it's wee kids and stuff that'll really look up to them.
Well, that's the danger in it.
You've got a responsibility there. Like, I'm not saying it's one of those people who'll be like, you can't tell her how she should have her body and all that, which I wouldn't, but come on.
But it's not just something of you going like, oh, they've lost a bit of weight.
No, it's
extreme.
Extreme. And if I think if I saw that narrative playing out with me, if I was a famous person, I'd be like, oh, I don't feel good about this.
And it's happening all over into it. I know we've spoken this again, but it's like, is it Oprah? Right? And then there's a bunch of celebrities that were always bigger that are now all miraculously...
miraculously they got their shit together with their diet and training. It's like, did you?
Oh, just decide to hire a personal trainer. No,
and
that's
it's
like
nobody cares. Just say it. Like, no, I could not. Well done, you, Oprah. You look amazing. Just admit you're a Manjaro.
I know.
Or a Zempic or whatever it is. Like,
but I think the whole skinny thing's weird. It's scary because you can't get that skinny without doing something dangerous.
Yeah, because that's not. Let's be honest, right? There's a big difference between Kendall Jenner's naturally dead slim. She's a runway model, but you can tell she's dead healthy looking. She's right. When you look at Ariana Grande now, she looks unwell. Like, it's a concern. It's not like, oh, she's just naturally a beanpole. And that's what it is. You look and go, oh, that looks a bit painful. When you're seeing weird ribs and bones with, like, that should be hidden by layers of fat, that's a bit weird.
Yeah, it's dangerous, man.
It's very, very dangerous
stuff. Like, you know, like we females are on this planet to breed other babies, right? To breed babies.
Aye.
And in order to do that, you need body fat.
100%.
And if you've not got any body fat, you're really, really putting your body at risk of shutting down. Seriously, like, important functions in your body are going to shut down.
Absolutely.
And they can shut down forever.
Absolutely.
And you don't get the choice as to whether they come back or not. Your body just dictates that. So I think you're playing with fire by being like, oh, I'm just going to go with this trend. You could shut down all your hormonal functions forever. Your body could never come back from that. And was it worth it?
Nah, it's definitely not worth it.
You know, there's implications of that aren't always put across either. It's just like, yeah, okay, like, cool, you look skinny. If you're into that, cool. But if you're skinny to the point where you're not getting a period anymore,
that's
and like you can't think when you're working, and you're
not even. Speaking for someone that has had a bad eating disorder, you're not yourself when you're like that either. Like, see if you met me, if I had an eating disorder now, you'd be like that to me. You're not Nick. I'm not animated. I'm not. You're so drained in life, and you're so just. It's like blank stare, and you're not you. Because it's not healthy. And obviously cognitively it affects you.
And your body's just shutting things down because it's not got the energy to do it. It's just preserving energy.
So it's like you're just in a miserable cesspool.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
No, it's just thinking about that and being like, you know, is it worth that for an aesthetic?
No. My biggest prayer in life, and I've said this before, is I just want my kids to be happy. Like, I want to raise them watching like the CrossFit movies and all that, and be like, I want them to look and go, I want to train just because I fucking love it and I feel great and I eat good food and I have pizza on mum and dad at the weekend, and then like I pray they never get caught up in what's going on now. I think that's why I'm happy they're boys. I know it does happen to boys, but statistically speaking, it's more women that are prone to that. Like, you don't see many guys looking at an anorexic guy and going, oh, aye, that looks great.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And let's not fucking sugarcoat the fact that, you know, bodybuilding isn't a brilliant sport to be in for people that, you know, that creates a lot of
body
dysmorphia.
Of course it does.
You know, we've all been there. I've been there for years, man. I've been like,
100%.
once you get a certain lean, There's no coming back for that of like anything above that feels fat and it's not a nice place to be and it takes a long time for your head to get out of there. So, you know, that world isn't always brilliant either. There's pros and cons to that. But most people aren't living in that. They're living in the middle where it's just like they go to the gym, they want to, or they run, or they go to classes, or they do a sport, like they play football, whatever. They just want to be fit and healthy. Yeah. You know, and like, you know, most people aren't doing those extreme things.
No.
But yeah, I just think it's a minefield, really, isn't it? And I don't know if anybody's actually watching this looking for like any answers because there isn't going to be any. But I think it's just normalising. Like, I would love to normalise like the fact that and people will know us anyway, but what you see online just it isn't real life. Even if you're seeing like things that aren't AI'd or whatever, and you know, like it's like a lassie's check-in photo, a fitness lassie check-in photo, she can still be doing stuff like we've said to make herself look a certain way. You know, just when you're thinking about this is what I want to look like this person, think about their lifestyle. Like, what do they do? If their job's a fitness person, like that is their job 24/7.
It's like, I laugh, right? Because I think you want to look like this person, but that's her at her peak, right? If you saw her on her journey there, would you still want to look like her? Yeah. Like if I said, oh, this is her 6 months into a build phase, or this is her like 6 months before she ever, like, would you still want to look like that person? Yeah. If you saw her at the beginning, you'd probably go, oh, she just looks like a normal lassie. And it's like, well, of course.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, yeah. You're only seeing the best result of people.
Oh,
because let's be honest, like I said, everyone just uploads their best pictures. No one's putting up, hey, look at me with no makeup on and like sitting looking a fucking riot. I'm having a fat day. Here's a picture. I'm on my period and I'm having a fat day. Let's upload a great tight topped picture.
Right, let's get some questions up. You come first. You go first.
Okay, let me pull it up. Let's see.
I didn't really get many questions. I got like
I suppose we kind of covered that. Someone says, how do unrealistic beauty standards affect individuals' self-esteem and mental health?
What? Do you say that again to me?
How do unrealistic beauty standards affect individuals, she said, self-esteem and mental health?
Oh yeah, well we have kind of covered. I suppose maybe we didn't, but obviously it has a massive negative effect on, doesn't it? But I don't really know. Like,
I'm just interested to know if people genuinely do like think that, as in like, what am I trying to say here? Like, see, when I look at people, I don't automatically look at someone and go, I want to look like her. I'd look and go, oh, she looks amazing. Like, it doesn't affect my mental health. I think I don't look like that.
And so I agree. So that's why I find it quite hard we need Jen on.
Yeah,
I find it hard to detach from my brain. So in my head, I just think, don't know, it doesn't really affect my mental health.
But there's a lot of vulnerable people out there. So, for example, I had a client who it would affect her on a night out if she was out with a certain friend because she deemed that friend to be the pretty friend.
Right.
And I'd be like, but what makes her, why do you think she's prettier than you? Like, what makes her prettier? And she's like, she's dead tall and she's got big boobs and she's dead skinny and dead long legs, this and that. And I'm like, okay, and look at you. Like, look how great you look. And she's like, no, but I'm short and I'm like, right, you're short, you've got a tiny waist, you've got big boobs, you've got a great bum. Does she have your bum? No, right? And I'm like, what makes her better than you? Because who are we talking about in your own personal opinion, or is it because you're out trying to meet someone? Because, I mean, I'm not being funny, like, my tasting, guys, is totally different to yours.
There's somebody for everybody, isn't there? So
100%.
I would go to a bar and maybe I'd find David more attractive than Ross. You'd find Ross more attractive than David.
Absolutely, and that's what I'm saying. It's like when girls are obsessed with Love Island stuff like that, I look at the boys and think, nah.
Aye.
I get what they see in them, and I think they're very pretty. You're a very pretty man. Not my kite, not my bag at all.
Yeah.
But people would assume if I was on a night out and say, who's a really pretty celebrity? What's that guy? Alex something that was in Love Island. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
They're obsessed with him. Alex something. He was in Love Island. Beautiful man. Like, beautiful man, right? If I was out, though, and I saw him and I saw Ross, Ross is more my bag. But according to beauty standards, Alex is the one with like 1 million followers on Instagram, and like he's dead he's very slim, athletic looking with the abs and the fake teeth and the big thick hair and all this. And it's like, but that's not for me.
Yeah.
And that's what I was trying to get my point across to her. I'm like, you cannot do that. You cannot say that's what everyone wants because it isn't. And I think everyone does that. Everyone thinks, I should look this way, then I'll get this. And it's like, but we all have different tastes, don't we?
Of course we do, I think, like, if we think about the position that me and you're in, where we're quite comfortable in just who we are, I think that to get to that point, it's like, I assume that most people would be like, I just want to get to that point then when I'm just comfortable with who I am.
Of course.
But you just have to put in the work to do that.
Yeah.
I mean, physically and mentally. Like, there's both sides of that.
Yeah. But like, that's what I'm trying to say with that question. It's more a case of like, it's not a beauty standard that's been set. It's how you're viewing that standard and thinking this is what the world wants me to look like. And it's like, but it's not, because if that's the case, we would all be going for the same kind of person.
Yeah, there's somebody for everybody.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I would agree with that. And I think if you want to get to a place where it doesn't bother you, you have to be willing to do quite a bit of work to get there.
Yeah.
Nobody really just, unless you're just born quite a confident or you're just grew up quite a confident person, most people have to do quite a bit of work to accept their bodies. And I've got plenty of clients that come to me that are beautiful and great physiques.
Yeah.
And then a year down the line, they're like, oh, like, you know, I finally really like my body. And I'm like, oh, how did you not like it when you started? Like, you look brilliant. And they're like, so you'd assume that person who looks beautiful and brilliant body loves and accepts themselves and is quite confident when they're not. Everybody has to do the work to get to the point where you're comfortable in your own body.
Do you know what it is? I don't think it's what the person looks like. I think it's the confidence that shines through. This is what I said to her. I'm saying, have you ever seen someone, right, and you don't know why, because they're perhaps not the best on paper looking, there's nothing particularly special about them, but the way they carry themselves, you're like, oh, you're hot.
Yeah, it's just a confidence.
It's like a confidence that you're like, oh, you're hot.
That's true.
That's sexy. And I love that, right? So I think, like Ross will say to me, I think one of the things I like about you is your boss lady energy. He's like you're not a pure, he's like, it's like...
Confidence is, like, attractive.
So attractive.
I think it's attractive.
I think it's...
If you're very confident and secure in yourself...
100%.
And as a person, I just think, that's quite attractive.
It's so sexy. Whereas I think a lot of people think it's a looks thing, and it's like, no. There's nothing more attractive than someone that's so secure in themselves.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
That makes you hot. Yeah. Whereas you could be the most beautiful male or female on the planet, but if you're just sitting wilting in the corner and not bringing much to the table, it's a bit like, all right.
I totally agree with that. But I do think everybody needs to do the work.
Oh, well, that's how you get there,
you're not going to get to do it.
No, that's how you get there, though.
So
definitely
come to coaching.
Drop us a DM.
Drop us a DM. Have you got any other ones?
Yeah, I've got a few actually. Where are I?
I've got one that says
you do one, because I'm just looking through.
So it's not really questions, but it's like the beauty industry and how they advertise, like how you have the best skin, how you get rid of cellulite, take a tablet to do this, like promoting younger skin for like young people as well, like things like that, which is pretty damaging. Obviously, all that stuff is like that's a big one, like tablets and like people being like, oh, I take Simprove and that is why I've not got any cellulite. And I'm like, oh, no, it's not.
I bet 10 nurses get cellulite.
Like people. Even like we've talked about before, collagen and all that, like people go, oh, I have to take my collagen. Why are you taking collagen?
I know.
Tell me. Yeah. Because you think it's going to give you younger looking skin. Oh. Collagen's just a protein and it gets broken down the same way as chicken does.
100%.
Go and just eat chicken.
I eat
and
chicken.
Stop spending £40 a month on collagen.
Yeah.
It's nothing special.
I hate to say it, ladies, but every woman on the planet is cellulite.
Look at women back in the 40s, 50s, right? All that beautiful women, beautiful skin, right? Like, do you think they were fucking on the internet? Of course they were. Do you think they were doing the fucking local shop in the war with the rations trying to buy collagen? Of course they weren't.
No.
But they had beautiful skin.
Absolutely.
It's because they just had a fucking good diet. They were outside a lot. They moved around a lot. It's like
100%.
Why that leads into the next bit, which is just like the world we live in is just people have just become lazy and they just want a tablet or a cream to do it, and not like
or an injection or a whatever.
And it is true, and it's just the world we live in is just like, but I want it tomorrow, so give me the tablet.
That's exactly it. It's not I want to do the work. It's I want it tomorrow.
I want it tomorrow. But I also...
But the world's made it too easy for them.
Of course they have, because you can get it.
Of course you can.
But quicker with certain things. And also, people have just cottoned on to, like, people's Is gullibility a word? Definitely not. But people are gullible, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, fucking now people have went, like somebody said the word collagen and now they're like, bring out collagen supplements. Like, that's a fucking brilliant idea. Or like, it feeds into the whole thing of like, bring out protein bread.
Yeah,
like,
it was like the whole, I had a chat the day actually when the members about, she was thinking she wasn't losing weight because she was stressed because her cortisol was high, and I'm like, your cortisol is a hormone. It's not making you fat. Like, it's not, that's not a thing. It doesn't make you hold fat. And again, when I kind of explained it to her, she was like, huh, makes sense.
Yeah. But it's just, people have just, they're just like, it's just wee vampires that have just caught on to me things. And like, I'm gonna get her because she's in a vulnerable state, and I'm gonna be like, take this tablet.
It's the influencer world though.
Of course it is.
Which is, do you know what frightens me, right?
Pay somebody to say this was really good and that's why you look like that, and then everybody goes, oh, fucking hell.
This is what I don't get, and this is where I think they do have a responsibility, right? So if someone came to me and says, Nick, I want you to promote this, I'm going to give you a lot of money. There is that part of me, I don't know if it's just because I'm in the industry, where I'd be like, but I don't believe in that. And I'm not going to punt that, just because then I'm going to look like a twat when all these professors come out and go, she's an idiot.
Yeah.
She's not done her homework. Like, certain celebrities we've mentioned, or influencers we've mentioned, that it's like, why are you dishing out this info to people when it's bullshit? And here's the thing, because she's got a bigger following, all these people jump in the bandwagon, and you've got actual professors that write literature on this shit going, it's bullshit. But because people don't know them, they're like,
I know.
No. That influencer's correct. And it's like, that influencer's correct over the guy that's done fucking market research and everything on this and done like evidence-based and like knows this stuff and like, what?
I know.
Make it make sense.
I know. The internet's
Please make it make sense.
The internet's a wild place, isn't it? It's a wild, wild place. Let me go over. I think I've got another one.
Yeah, I think I've got a couple done.
I went over that one. Right, we got a really long one.
Oh yeah.
I think you got the same one
Gillian?
as well.
Yeah.
Oh, I wasn't going to say her name.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry. Could be. There's a lot of
Could
them.
be any Gillian.
I'm not going to go through the whole thing. It was just, it was quite a nice message that she sent. To be fair.
Yeah, it was lovely.
She just ended it by saying like, I'd much rather be known for being a nice person than how I look.
That. And she has
but
a love.
But she did say it's taken me into my mid. Try to put me. But it's taken me into my mid-30s to accept this. And I think that's true for a lot of women. And I said to a client the other day, I was like, do you know what's really sad? I find it really sad that women will waste. This is so deep into it. You're on this planet once, right? Well, I think you're on this planet once.
Yeah.
Right? And then you get one shot at it, and you're going to spend the whole time just being so caught up and sad and try to do all these things and be these other folk. And I'm like, you're only like, just stop for a second.
Yeah.
In 30 years' time, you're going to be lying or like in a fucking bed, just lying there like, what the fuck was I thinking?
This is what I said to a client recently when she said, I had to have a great time at Christmas, this and that. And I said, look, calm down. I says, you're never going to look back in your deathbed and be like, I really regret enjoying my Christmas with my family and gaining a couple of pounds.
But I tell you what, you will regret. And this is when, like, if I've ever got clients who are quite a bit overweight, right, and they aren't happy with it, okay, if you're happy being overweight, absolutely fine, go for it. But they aren't happy with it and they've struggled with it for 5, 10, 15, 20 years.
Yeah.
I know it's not as easy as this, but I will say to them, like, you're wasting valuable time
100%.
here. Like,
100%.
We really need to pump the brakes here and, like, be like, take stock and be like, right, let's get this shit done.
100%.
Because you're wasting so many years and you're going to lie down one day and be like, what the fuck, man?
I've just watched my whole life go by.
Aye, what the fuck?
And me
Why
and you
did I not fucking do that?
We reflect a lot and stuff like that. Me and you don't, when we talk about, like I say it now, when my kids, for example, are so young. But I'm talking about, you know that way your phone does you dirty and says, like, a year ago, I'll get a picture of, like, my kids and I'm like, Ross, look how wee he looked there and look at him now. And it's moments that I just want to soak up because one day he's not going to let me grab him and kiss the life out of him and cuddle him and want to lie on me. And even when I'm drained, I'm like, no, I'm going to soak in these moments because, one, I don't know how long I've got on the planet. Two, I want them to look back and go, Mum just used to kiss and cuddle the fucking life out of me. It was annoying. Do you know what I mean? And three, like, I don't ever want to look back in my life with any regrets.
Yeah.
And it's the same with what you said with that. Like, people think time is long.
Yeah.
And it's not.
Yeah.
You could look back in your life and go, I've literally wasted my full life.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like you say, it's not a dress rehearsal. And I know that sounds cheesy, but it's only if something really happened to your health that you would shit yourself and go, I need to make a change.
Mm-hmm.
It shouldn't take that.
Yeah, you've had that with clients. I've had that where it's somebody comes to you because something serious has happened.
100%.
It's made them go, right, fuck.
I can't.
But it's taken that. And it's like, why is it taking something so extreme for you to stop and like be like, right, okay, that's enough's
everyone
enough.
thinks it wouldn't happen to them.
Mm-hmm. And time's infinite, like you say. Like, I'm only whatever.
It's forever away. And it's
I'll do it next year. I'll do it next year. It's like, well, yeah.
But do you know what I think's mental? It's, see if someone just locked in. And this is what I done a chat about this the other day. And I was talking about commitment to a goal. And I said, imagine what it would look like, though, if you just locked in. Mm. Like, see, I've had clients where they've came to me and say they're getting married in 16 weeks and they think, oh, I've got plenty of time. And I'm like, you don't. Mm. Like, you really don't. Like, I need you to lock in now. And they'll maybe, first week they'll lock in. Second week, say they kind of, not fanny about, but they let it slip a little bit. And then I'm on at them. And then they'll lock back in. And then they'll let it slip a bit. And then before we know it, you're on week 10 and you've got 6 weeks. And they're like, oh my God, I've got my final dress fitting. I don't look the way I want to look. And I'm like, I told you, time flies in. And I think, what would you look like if you'd have just locked in this time? Look how quickly the time's gone. Mm. Imagine you'd have just stuck to it for 6 weeks. Where would you be?
I know.
Imagine you'd done that for a year. No matter what size you are right now, no matter how heavy you are, no matter how, like, even if you're someone that's really slim, wants to gain muscle, see if you genuinely just locked in for 1 year. Mm. It'd be magic.
I think the difference between folk like us, I really don't mean it in this way, but I can't think of a better way to say it. Like me and you and other folk, and then like maybe people that don't do it, is like their perception of that locking in. So when I think about locking in for 6 months or 3 months, whatever you're doing for, like, it's exciting, isn't it? So if you think about locking in for like a photo shoot, right, you're like excited, right, looking forward to the challenge, like, right, I'm gonna look good at the end of this, like, I'm excited. A lot of people think about locking in as like, they're like fucking dreading it. Yeah, they're like, oh my God, this is going to be brutal, and I'm like, it's your perception of it.
Totally.
You're already setting yourself up for a fail or thinking it's going to be miserable or blah, blah, blah. What if you just locked in and were excited about it and thought about all the good stuff that could come from it?
What am I going to end up at the end of this?
Like, how much better am I going to feel? How much more energy am I going to have? Like, if you're bigger and you're trying to get smaller and you've got a lot of weight to lose, how much energy?
Yeah.
How different is your day? Are you going to go and do more things and say yes to things because you're not or if you're somebody who's trying to get photo shooting, like, what are you going to look like?
100%.
Like, what are the photos going to look like? Like, if you just switched your perception of it, the difference between people that, if people go through really hard times, if I take myself for example in last year, right, and how shite a time that was, right, that somebody else could have went through that time and sunk into a deep dark depression and been on antidepressants and started the new year 2026 like miserable.
Totally.
Right?
Yeah.
The only difference between me and somebody like that is your perception of the situation.
Absolutely.
That's it. And what you decide that situation is teaching you.
Yeah.
There is no difference other than the way you decide to handle a situation.
Absolutely.
Nobody's better than you, get more discipline than you, get more. Nobody's just more disciplined, blah, blah. They just have a different, just decide to have a different perception on things. Yeah. And that's it.
Yeah. And it's funny though, because it's like, I have had clients in the past who have had like, say, major like GI issues, like with their gut and stuff like that. And they've seen proper dietitians and stuff who've said to them, you need to go on the low FODMAP diet, right? So this is like, it is quite a grim, basic diet, right? But here's my thing. I'm like, you're viewing that, you're looking at it going, oh, that is so grim. I'd be looking at that going, you could potentially turn things around for me if I'd just done this. What's 6 weeks of my life? What's 3 months of my life?
So you're saying if I'd ate like this for 6 weeks, which is quite grim to eat like that, but I will have no digestive issues.
100%.
And I will feel, I won't feel bloated 24/7 or fucking that I need the toilet or that I can't ever go to, like,
all these things, right?
Comfortable on a night out.
Yeah, and I remember speaking with one of the lecturers about this, and I said, so why do people not do it? And he was like, Nick, it's that thing of you're giving people, here's what you need to do. You could totally turn your life around. You won't be in pain. You won't have constant GI issues. You won't be constantly... If you just do this, it could totally turn your life around. And people choose not to do it because they think it's too hard. And I'm like...
It's just a perception of it again, isn't it? It's just like
wild.
how you choose to view that situation.
Yeah. And it definitely is. And it's
the
like...
only difference between people that do it and people that don't do it.
100%.
Is that they look at it and, like you say, and go, amazing, what a good opportunity. And some people look at it and go, what a bollock.
But that's it. And it's like you said, like, you could take this to anything, not even just like food. And like, if you want to do a uni course, people might see something and go, oh, what's the point now? It's going to take me 4 years of studying. It's like, well, what are you doing in 4 years?
Exactly. 4 years going to pass anyway, isn't it?
Like, what are you going to do? Because see, at the end of 4 years, you'd have been like, I could have done this by now.
Exactly.
Like, do it.
Yeah.
Just do it.
I know. It's a good lesson though, because I don't know how you adopt that mentality if you don't have it. We're getting Jen back on, maybe she'll be able to tell us.
Yeah, I think we should.
It's that would be a really good question to ask her. Is like, how do you get that mentality if you don't have it?
Yeah.
Because people would be like, oh, I just need that mentality then.
Yeah. But I'm not being funny, like I wasn't born with that mentality.
No, neither was I.
I was a really negative person at one point in my life. Like like didn't get kids. And I think it was just, see, for me, and it sounds really cheesy, I love to read a lot of self-help things. Love it. So see guys like Tony Robbins, like women like Mel Robbins, like I could name about 1 million people I read, and it just totally makes me go, that makes sense.
Aye. True. Anything else you want to cover?
I think that was about it, wasn't it? See, to be fair, a lot of the questions I've got, we kind of covered.
A lot of the questions were very, very similar, right? And a lot of them weren't questions. Like, a lot of them, if I didn't read out what you sent me, if it was like a more of a statement, then like, I appreciate you sending it across, and I probably did message you back and just say thanks for it. But I think everybody's questions and queries on it were very, very similar.
Yeah, totally valid.
And a lot of them were just statements like I just read out rather than just like questions.
Yeah.
But if you do have any other like questions or I don't know, like conversations that you want to have on it, then
absolutely. Like
we've both said before, like we're always like chatting in our messages. Like we both get a lot of messages through from the podcast from people just saying like that they really like it or they've got extra questions. So don't ever hesitate to like message us and just ask us a question or give us your thoughts on something if you do have an opinion on it.
Definitely.
Because it's interesting to hear, isn't it?
Yeah, I'd say so.
And it builds on the other podcasts as well.
Yeah.
So I think we'll probably just leave it there for the week.
Yeah.
Thank you if you sent us across a message or a wee blurb.
We appreciate you guys so much for doing that.
I know, thank you for listening, for watching.
Yeah.
If you don't already subscribe to us on Spotify or YouTube, then please do so. I personally have space for online coaching. Yeah. Do you?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're both, I don't have any PT.
I maybe have one slot.
Oh, fucking hell, it's like gold
I'll
dust.
advertise.
I don't have any PT currently, but I might have in the future. We're both available for online coaching, so you can DM us if you're looking for that.
Yeah.
If you're looking for a new gym, come to Irvin's.
Yes,
like
please.
I said, if you don't, you're
even pop in for a day pass and see us.
You're a loser if you don't come.
Yeah.
I think that's it. We'll see you next week for episode number 16. Not next week, the week after.
The week after.
And we've got some really good people coming on.
Yeah, I'm so excited
over these next few months.
Yeah, it's going to be amazing.
We've planned out the next 3 months of podcasts.
We've got a good lineup.
And we've got a good lineup for the next 3 months. So we've got a guest on next.
Yep.
And then we've got some other guests lined up for the next month, so it'll be really good.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Thanks again, and we'll catch you in the next one.
Yes.